Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Go Local News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for joining us again at the 4 o'clock News and Politics Hour. Just had Dwayne Keys, the head of the South Providence Neighborhood Association, back in studio. We've had him here before to talk about issues with the SPNA. They had a meeting last night to address blighted properties in the neighborhoods. Talk to us a little bit about hearing from the administration that they're bringing in an outside consultant to look at the issue. They're doing their own survey, the SPNA, that they'll be releasing shortly as to what neighbors, businesses, residents, and voters want in the neighborhood. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll have Dwayne back in the studio. But we're going to branch outside Providence a little bit here. I have around the corner Twin Rivers spokesperson Patti Doyle to give us an update as to what's going on in Tiverton. Patti, come around the corner. Thanks for joining us in studio. Appreciate it. This is where we tell viewers exactly what's going on.
Awesome.
Want to give folks an update with what's going on in Tiverton, what they might see if they drive by, and where things are out of construction, and we'll go from there.
Sure.
Okay. So, I hear roundabouts, I hear lots going on. Where are we right now in the process?
So right now we're well into construction. Foundations are in. What we're waiting on really at this point is for December, when we hope to have the building fully enclosed. And once that happens, we'll be able to tell with greater certainty what our opening date will be in 2018. You know, we had pushed for the summer of 2018 as our opening date, and that may or may not slip. It's just a little too early to tell right now, but if it does slip, it's by perhaps weeks, not much longer than that.
So you say foundations in.
Foundations in, the clearing has largely concluded. We came up against a lot more ledge than we thought, so the site itself was a little bit difficult with respect to blasting and getting through all of that, but we did. And I think also now you'll shortly see some work occurring on the roundabout. We've begun to lay the pipes for the sewers, and soon we'll have a traffic protocol in place for residents who are traveling along that Stratford Road area, and so we just keep moving along. No one wants this casino open more than we do.
So, I mean, to build a casino from the ground up, are there any other kind of hurdles? You said that the ledge issue, I mean, is it just at every turn there's something to address potentially? I mean, this is a huge undertaking.
It is huge. I would say mostly from a community perspective. It wasn't so much a challenge, but it was a necessary endeavor to fully engage the residents of Tiverton in exactly what we were doing every step of the way. And so that community conversation lasted a good 18 months. It provided us with a lot of terrific feedback, and it well informed us as to what the casino will and should look like once we do open next year.
So when you heard from the community, you know, what could you point to some of the things that community members said, we'd like to see X, or we'd like to see Y, or this is really important to us? What are those types of things from those meetings that you had with constituents, what they were looking to see and how you incorporated that in the plans?
They were absolutely looking for a New England type feel to the casino, and so when you do see it, or if you look at the renderings, you'll see a lot of traditional New England style elements that have been incorporated into the buildings. They also asked us for a hotel. At first we were surprised and said, okay. We went forward and we've got an 84-room hotel also being built on property. They asked for some parking mitigation. We were first going to be doing some surface lots and then segue to a lower parking garage. And we also have a lot of have great sensitivity to the environment. You'll see a lot of attention paid to the plantings and just the way that we've treated the surrounding acreage, you know, in our design and in our buildings.
Gosh, going from a surface lot to underground parking, that's a huge difference, a huge leap.
Yes. But you know what? It was great feedback that we got from the community, and we appreciate it.
So you said one of the things that you have to keep an eye on is covering the building. So the construction starts and it just needs to be protected from the elements.
Exactly, but that also gives our team the time they need to say, okay, we've fully enclosed the building, and now we can say with greater specificity what our opening date will be. And that's really what we're shooting for December.
So talk with us a little bit. Folks knew during the campaign, got a little bit of information, the renderings of what this is going to look like. You know, what's the Tiverton experience is really going to be like? You talked a little bit about the New England feel. Obviously, you go to Lincoln, you get one experience up there. What can folks expect from Tiverton when they go?
I think what they can expect is just a very convenient and tasteful experience. So you'll travel Route 24, you'll get off the first or the last Fall River exit, travel right up the road, and you'll be on our property. So it's very convenient to access from the highway, which is a departure from Newport Grand, right? So you're traveling well into the city
Yes.
through a lot of lights to get to the entertainment venue. So this will be certainly greater ease of approaching the casino. And then when you get there, you'll have the opportunity to valet park if you wish to, as you can self-park as well. You'll walk into a tasteful decor, I think, and you'll be able to access the casino floor to one side and the hotel to another. And then once inside, you'll have the ability to play about 1,000 slot machines and 32 table games.
And how many table games at Lincoln?
We're up to 80.
80 table games at Lincoln. We just did see numbers come back. I mean, it's really, table games are really driving a lot of the business at Lincoln, is it not?
You know, it's we need both, right? So both appeal to different audiences. When we had slots only at Twin River, we said, we think there's an untapped potential here to get some of the younger players interested in what we have to offer. And so we felt table games was important, and the voters agreed. And that you're right, they've taken off, and we've had great success. We've actually upped the number of table games over the years to our present number. And as you know, we've also added poker, which is also really a direct response to our customers. So.
And what's the poker environment been like? I know it came up during the campaign back in 12. Voters really wanted it. Are they just taking to it, saying, we want to go to Lincoln, we don't want to go all the way down to Connecticut?
That's it. I mean, I would say that's really for all of the games that we offer at Twin River and Lincoln. But poker in particular, it's a highly social game, right? You want to be playing with a bunch of individuals, and we want to make sure that we did it right. So while we had a lot of interest in it from nearly the very beginning of the table game immersion, we said, you know what, let's just take our time, make sure that we're laying this out appropriately, and we did. And I would say, when we opened, we had a waiting list for players at each of the games, so and still can on heavy weekend hours in particular. So it's been a great addition to Twin River and Lincoln.
Anything to look for at Lincoln apart from the entertainment offerings that we see consistently? What's on the horizon for Twin River and Lincoln?
A new hotel also in Lincoln, and you'll see that's actually emerged. We're looking to open that in the spring of 2018. It's an amenity hotel, but again, it's a wonderful opportunity for our customers to come out, play some games, see a show, have dinner, and decide, I don't need to drive home, I'm just going to go walk next door and stay the night and have a full entertainment experience. So we're thrilled about that.
And so talk a little bit about how the hotel with Tiverton fits into the time frame with construction there. So there's two things that we're talking about the casino, we're talking about the hotel. I mean, what's the time frame look for each?
Both open at the same time,
okay.
And we've had that conversation with the town, and I think they wanted that, and actually we wanted that too. So the opening date will be 1 next year.
1 for the hotel and the casino. Anything else folks should know while we have you in here, keeping an eye either on Lincoln or in Tiverton?
We just appreciate the support we've received from Rhode Islanders. The revenue generated at Twin River is the state's 3rd largest. We're proud of that, but we're also very thankful for the confidence and the continued use of our patrons, and we work hard to make sure that the guest experience is as it should be, and hope that it will continue to be.
Well, wanted to again provide viewers with an update what's going on in Tiverton. You hear little bits and pieces, got the spokesperson here in the studio. A couple things to watch for, but we'll get a more precise, perhaps, opening date for 2018 as construction continues to come underway in Tiverton. But of course, Lincoln's off, and the hotel is off to the races up there as well. So gaming opportunities abound in Rhode Island, and we appreciate, Patti, you're taking the time to come in.
Thank you,
Okay, I'll leave you to go around the corner. Okay. Patti Doyle, spokesperson for Twin River, getting an update what's taking place in Tiverton, when we can expect it to open. There's a few moving pieces she talked about, making sure, as she said, the foundation is in the ground, but looking to see that time frame of, again, it being covered so they know just how long into 18 it will take, mentioning that the hotel and the casino will open at the same time. So I'm sure we'll get some updates from her moving forward as it pertains to that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Don't go anywhere.